A very good morning to all my dear students of class 12. This is the third class of the story The Third Level by Jack Finney from your supplementary English reader book Vistas. In the previous class, I have explained the chapter till Charlie's arrival to the third level station from where he wants to buy ticket. Today I will start from where I have ended last day, the last para of page number 4. Have you ever been there? It's a wonderful town still with big old flame houses, huge lawns, and tremendous trees whose branches meet overhead the roof of the streets. So now Charlie is describing the place. What is the place? Galesburg, Illinois. So have you ever been there? It's a wonderful town still with big old flame houses. So he's talking about 19th century 1890s with old frame houses, big old frame houses. It's not the modern world, it's the old frame houses. Huge lawns, tremendous trees whose branches meet overhead the root of the streets. The big trees are covering the streets, the overhead of the streets. And in 1894, summer evenings were twice as long, and people sat out on their lawns. So, in the summer of 1894, they were having long day, and the evenings were also long. So people used to sit and take pleasure, see the beauty of nature, enjoying the long summer evening. Summer evenings were twice as long, and people sat out on their lawns, the men smoking cigar and talking quietly, women waving palm leaf fans. So it's about the time where women used to wave palm leaf fans with the fireflies all around in a peaceful world. To be back there with the First World War still 20 years off and World War II over 40 years in the future, I wanted 2 tickets for that. So now it's evident from these lines that Charlie is longing to go back to the world which is unaffected by the world wars. The deadliest of war, the First and Second World War. He wanted to go back. So how insecure, how painful the world wars have made the life of the people. So he is telling, so it's about the time, it's about 1894, which is 20 years before the First World War and 40 years before the Second World War. So it's a different sort of world, which is a peaceful world where people can sit back in their garden in the long summer evenings and enjoy the beauty of nature. They can talk politely to each other. They can take cigars. That means they can have pleasure as they want to have. And the women were waving palm leaf fans. That means there were not so many modern amenities. One thing is evident, that no modern amenity, no electronic gadget can buy happiness for the people of the modern world. Happiness comes from within. Nothing can buy us happiness. No electronic gadget, no inventions of science can give us happiness. Okay. Only happiness is something which comes from within. In the situation, the environment has to be peaceful, secured, which will help people to have a happy life. Happiness index is something different that is not related to the modern facilities of urban life. The clerk figured the fare. He glanced at my fancy headband and he figured the fare, and I had enough for 2 coach tickets one day. But when I counted out the money and looked up, the clerk was staring at me. He nodded at the bills. That ain't money, mister, he said, and if you are trying to skin me, you won't get very far. You won't get very far. And he glanced at the cash drawer beside him. Of course, the money was old style bills, half again as big as the money we use nowadays and different looking. I turned away and got out fast. And there is nothing nice about jail, even in 1894. So now, while he became very much happy to think of having the peaceful life there, he wanted to buy the tickets. He gave the money, but the person who was selling tickets said that this is not the money, and don't try to skin me. If you do that, then it won't take long for me to send you to jail, and jail is not a happy place to dwell. So at this point, Charlie wanted to go back, exchange the currency, and come back. He just saw that the currency was bigger than the present currency of 20th century. And that was what? I left the same way I came. I suppose next day during lunch hour, I drew $300 out of the bank, nearly all we had. So all his savings he just took out and bought old style currency that really worried my psychiatrist friend. You can buy old money at almost any coin dealers, but you have to pay a premium. My $300 bought less than 200 in old style bills, and I didn't care. Eggs were 13 cents a dozen in 1894. Now Charlie is so much so eager to go back to the pre-war situation to Illinois that he was ready to sacrifice all his savings. He gave $300 and instead he got less than 200. Less than 200. And he got this for the year 1894 where lifestyle was very much cheap. A dozen of eggs were only 13 cents. Everything was cheaper. Still he was ready to give all his savings in order to go back to that life. That means no money, no external thing can buy happiness. So modern human beings are longing to have that happiness back in their lives. They can sacrifice all their savings. So one thing I just want to tell you, you must have read the news and seen it in the TV. While Italy, with the outbreak of coronavirus COVID-19 in Italy, people started in the developed countries. In Italy, people started, France and Italy, people started throwing their cash, their money to the streets. That money became useless. If money cannot save cannot save the lives of human being, money cannot purchase us happiness. They can buy everything except happiness. Okay, so he was ready to buy that. But I have never again found the corridor that leads to the third level at Grand Central Station, although I have tried often enough. Louisa was pretty worried when I told her all this, and I didn't and didn't want me to look for the third level anymore. So now, at this situation, he went for buying the ticket, but it was a transitory experience for Charlie. When he returned there, third level is something which he never found again. Excuse me. And Louisa also wanted Charlie never to go back for finding that place. Louisa was pretty worried, and I told her all this and didn't want me to look for the third level anymore. And after a while I stopped. I went back to my stamps. But now we are both looking every weekend because now we have proof that the third level is still there. Now how the proof comes? The proof comes, as I told you in the second class, with Sam's letter, where he ensured that the third level really existed. Now, the different part of the story is starting. My friend Sam Weiner disappeared. Nobody knew where, but I sort of suspected because Sam is a city boy, and I used to tell him about Galesburg, and I went to school there. He always said he liked the sound of the place and ain't where he is and all right in 1894 because one night, fussing with my stamp collection, I found, well, do you know what a first day cover is? A first day cover of stamp is something, when the day a country issues a stamp, the stamp is bought and whoever buys it sends it to his own address. With a blank paper, sends it to his own address, with the date, and so that it is with the person who buys it. When a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy some and use them to mail envelopes to themselves on the very first day of sale. And postmark proves the date. The envelope is called the first day cover, and they are never opened. You just put blank paper in the envelope. So the stamp collectors, like his grandfather, like many other people like him, just buys some of the stamps on that very day and sends it to their own address, okay, with a blank paper, so that the date of issue is there. If they buys on that very date and posts it on that very day, on the date of issue, if it is posted to their own address, then they will have the date that on which it is issued. That night, among my oldest first day covers, I found one that shouldn't have been there. But there it was. It was there because someone had mailed it to my grandfather at his home in Galesburg, and that's what the address on the envelope said. And it had been there twice. It had been there since July 1894. The postmarks showed that, yet I didn't remember it at all. The stamp was a 6 cent. Dull brown with a picture of President Garfield. Naturally, when the envelope came to Granddad in the mail, it went right into the collection and stayed there. Still, I took it out and opened it. The paper inside wasn't blank. It read. So there was, among many other letters and among many others, many other first issued stamps, and their first day covers, there was one which he had not seen before, and it was a date of 18th July 1894. So he opened it, and what he found, it was not an empty blank paper. What he found is like that. It's sent from Willard Street, Galesburg, Illinois, July 18, 1894. It's dated that. I got to wishing that you were right. Then I got to believing you were right. And Charlie, it's true, I found the third level. I have been here 2 weeks, and right now down the street at the Dalles, someone is playing a piano. They're all out on the front porch singing Nellie home, and I am invited over for lemonade. Come on back, Charlie and Lisa. Keep looking till you find the third level. It's worth it, believe me. So it was a letter from Sam, who ensured that the third level existed and requested Charlie and Louisa to come, and told them that it's worth it. You must have come here. The note is signed Sam. So this is what he has found in the, among other letters, he has found it there. It was there. From with the first posted stamps, it was there, and which he found that day. At the stamp coin store I found out that Sam bought $800 worth of old style currency that ought to set him up in a nice little hay, feed and grain business. He always said that's what he really wished he could do, and he certainly can't go back to his old business, not in Galesburg, Illinois in 1894, his old business. Why, Sam? Why? Sam was my psychiatrist. So, now, seeing the details of the letter, he went there and saw that Sam has exchanged $800, with which he might have started his own grain business, which he had dreamt of for a long period of time, but he did not do that, exchanged it and found the third level and went. So, with this, the story ends. Why? Sam was my psychiatrist. So, here the story ends. Now, you just think critically. Did Sam really reach Galesburg, Illinois? Was the letter really there? Or the letter which Charlie claims to have from Sam is nothing but another hallucination, like his encounter with the third level. So what was it? Sam himself wrote it. Sam disappeared. These are something which is told by Charlie. So, did Sam really reach there? Or was third level really there? Is it possible? So, think critically, students. You are in class 12. What happened next? What would have happened next? Or I would say that this story tells us modern human beings' eternal search to take refuge in the other world, in the make-believe world, in the transitory world. This story reiterates time and again, tells us that modern human beings not once, time and again wants to escape the situation. And these feelings, that third level is really there. Sam has really visited the place, might have given Charlie another solace, happiness, peace of mind that it really existed. When human beings are suffering with a lot of problems, so we have to believe that every cloud has a silver lining. So people, human beings, the modern human beings are so much disappointed that they wanted to believe that there is a world which is free from all these nuisances, which is free from all these insecurities. So, as a student of class 12, I would request all of you to ponder, to think over whether Sam really reached there, whether that letter really existed in the other stamps and all, or it is again another hallucination for Charlie. Okay, so think. In the next class, which will be the fourth class, I will be giving you some questions from this chapter. There are many questions in the chapter. I will be giving you more. I hope you have understood something from the chapter. I have completed my explanation of the chapter. I hope you have understood something. If you have any problem, feel free to ask me. In the next class, I will be giving you some questions. So you are from class 12. Don't keep anything away. So no matter how long this lockdown persists or not, you have to move on. So don't leave anything for tomorrow. Study the chapter, and all the chapters are important. Okay. So bye class. Have a good day.